The following program deals with a controversial subject. The theories expressed are not the only possible interpretation. Viewers are invited to make a judgment based on all available information.
There's more that we don't know than we do know. That's just the nature of the universe.
Taking risks is part of making discoveries.
Space exploration is like lighting a match, and we don't know what lurks in the shadows.
Hey, what is that?
There could be anything out there.
NASA's missions have uncovered disturbing anomalies.
Okay, we're seeing 3 or 4 objects.
There are 3 objects
that continue to perplex our finest scientific minds. A mysterious object floats above our atmosphere.
It looks like a Klingon bird of prey.
Some say it's a stealth craft from a secret defense project.
The Black Knight goes back to the early years of the space age, and even before.
CBS Television presents a special report on Sputnik 1, the Soviet space satellite. Douglas Edwards reporting.
Until 2 days ago, that sound had never been heard on this Earth. Suddenly, it has become as much a part of 20th century life as the whir of your vacuum cleaner.
On October 4th, 1957, the Soviet Union launched Sputnik 1, the first man-made satellite. This technology grew from a top-secret tool of espionage to an irreplaceable piece of modern life. Everything from TV signals to driving directions can come from these gizmos hurtling through space. Yet despite their popularity, satellites remain shrouded in secrecy. As of 2008, the U.S. Air Force estimated that about 10,000 known objects orbit Earth. Estimates of active satellites can range from 1,000 to 3,000 or more, and that's just counting the acknowledged ones. Sputnik may have been the first man-made satellite, but what if there was something else up there already?
There's a black world out there. Lots of things we can't explain. That's the way life is.
December 1998. 6 NASA astronauts are about to open a new chapter in space exploration. Their mission: to assemble the International Space Station, the first permanently manned satellite to orbit the Earth.
If the other one has a -1, then you've hit the nail on the head.
7 days into the mission, Ross and fellow astronaut Jim Newman are installing thermal protection on the new space station when someone spots something unexpected.
A crew member said, "What's that?" And I'm starting to look around, trying to understand what's that? What are they talking about?
The crew immediately follow NASA's UFO sighting protocol.
The first thing we try to do is to take pictures of what we see so that we have photographic evidence.
Back on Earth, the photographs create an instant sensation in the UFO community. But not every sighting of the Black Knight can be so easily explained.
There were reports in the 50s of strange things in orbit around the Earth.
Here's where it gets crazy. Enter the legend of the Black Knight satellite. The story goes like this. In 1899, Nikola Tesla picked up repeating radio signals which he believed came from an intelligent source in space. Ham radio operators also picked up the signals, and Norwegian scientists began picking up LDE, or long delay echoes, during experiments with radio waves in 1928. Newspapers reported a dark satellite in 1954. Shortly after the launch of Sputnik, US and Soviet forces detected a satellite in polar orbit, but neither side knew where this satellite came from. The story hit the papers in 1960. Fast forward to 1973, when an author named Duncan Lunin analyzed the LDE data from Norway. Lunin originally claimed this data showed a 12,600-year-old invitation from Epsilon Brutus. In 1998, astronauts aboard the Endeavour reputedly took photographs of an unknown object. Today, these photographs are available on NASA's website. That's how the story goes, but there are problems with the legend. First, while Tesla did find radio signals, they probably came from pulsars. Secondly, Duncan Lunin didn't have the Black Knight or any satellite in mind when analyzing the LDE data, and he later retracted his initial claims. So what exactly is this thing? In 1992, the CIA declassified the real story behind Discoverer, a spy program known as Corona. The Corona satellites were deployed in polar orbit because they'd cover every part of the Earth. This secrecy could explain why the Air Force and NASA didn't speak up earlier. Still, many people don't think the Discoverer explanation is sufficient, and who can blame them? World governments don't exactly have an impressive record when it comes to transparency in space. Consider the United States X-37B orbital test vehicle, an unmanned shuttle whose missions remain classified. While stories of ancient alien satellites may not hold up to scrutiny, there's no secret that Earth's orbit is chock full of stuff world governments don't want you to know.
Today, many experts believe that NASA gets its astronauts to sign an agreement, giving the agency final authority about what they can and cannot say to the public about their missions. Mercury astronaut Gordon Cooper was the last American to fly into space alone. In a letter read at a UN meeting on November 9, 1978, Gordon Cooper wrote, "I believe these extraterrestrial vehicles and their crews are visiting this planet from other planets, which obviously are a little more technically advanced than we are here on Earth. I feel that we need to have a top-level, coordinated program to scientifically collect and analyze data from all over Earth." If Cooper is right about extraterrestrials visiting Earth, then what would the astronauts find when they at last set foot on another world?